Hi, and welcome to Bible Bits by Celia. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I got this idea from someone else who did it on TikTok. I really want to give credit to the person, but I can't find the TikTok video I saw, and I don't know their account name. So today we're going to be looking at Genesis 25, verses 13 through 15, and basically it's a family tree of Abraham's son Ishmael, and it's all his children and their names in order. So there's 12 of them, and they were the names of the 12 tribal rulers. And basically I actually got ChatGPT to do this because it was very helpful. It basically translated each name and formed a sentence out of the meanings of each name. So the sentence it gave me was, "From high places, darkness stretches below, where the disciplined rise with fragrance. Hearing yields to silence, and the oracle thunders. In the southern land stands an enclosure, where breath is renewed, and from the east the ancient voice returns." So the names translated, first, I might not say this right, the first was Nebaioth, which is heights or high places. Then Kedar, which is dark and mighty. Abdil, which is disciplined by God. Mibsam, which is fragrance. Mishma, which is hearing. Duma, meaning silence. Masa, which means burden or oracle. Hadad means thunder. Tema means southern land. Jatur means enclosure or wall. Nafish means breath refreshed. Kedema means east and ancient. So looking into those sentences separately and how they connect with the meanings. First, we have from the high places. It refers to elevated places spiritually or physically, and biblically it means high places were often places of worship or of pride and judgment, which is Isaiah 2 verse 2 or Ezekiel 20 verse 29. Darkness stretches below. This is from Kedar. Kedar was a nomadic tribe, often symbolizing dark tents or spiritual distance. To contrast the two sentences, from Nebaioth's height to Kedar's darkness, spiritual descent or movement into the world's reality, where the disciplined rise with fragrance, which is Abdil and Mibsam. Disciplined by God seemed as refining, producing a sweet fragrance like sacrifices that are pleasing aroma. That's Leviticus 1 verse 9. Hearing yields to silence, which is Mishma and Duma, a powerful spiritual progression. Listening leads to awe-filled silence, like Job before God, Job 40 verse 4. And the oracle thunders, Masa and Hadad. Masa means a prophetic burden. Hadad means thunder. And together, this means God speaking in power, and it suggests a divine revelation or judgment. In the southern land stands an enclosure, Tema and Jatur. Tema is a desert region tied to Arabia, and Jatur could imply protection or tribal fortifications. It may hint at wandering with purpose or protected pilgrimage. Where breath is renewed, which is Nafish. Breath means life, refreshment. Even Ruach, which is spirit, can be tied to restoration, like Ezekiel's 37 vision. And from the east, the ancient voice returns, which is Kedema. Kedem means east, but also ancient, eternal, or even origin, as in Genesis 2 verse 8, the garden was in the east. It suggests a return to divine wisdom or to beginnings. So all of these translations can connect into something meaningful, showing how God will come into our life and help bring us back to the eternal wisdom, which will be in heaven. So if you ever see a family tree in the Bible, don't just skip over it. You should take the time to translate it, and you might find meaning behind it. So thank you for listening, and as always, have a blessed day.